Here we go.
Got everything?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Here, honey, an offering for the king.
See you later, Mom.
Listen to your teacher, okay? And, give the king my best.
Dance with an angel, Mom.
Yeah. Maybe we'll tango today instead of waltz. That's our way of saying goodbye. My husband is an Air Force pilot and refers to fighter planes as angels. When he'd go on a mission that kept him away from home, I'd tell him in frustration to go dance with his angels. Matilda grew up hearing this, and now she uses it all the time. There's a nice view of the King's Bridge from our house. That iron giant is the pride of Grace Maria, our capital city. In the old quarter of the city beyond the bridge, you can make out an ancient castle, which is even more famous than the bridge. My daughter Matilda is going there on a field trip today. In the throne room rests the Golden King. He's been smiling for a good 600 years now. The king was a gentle person who was a bit on the small side, but he crafted a giant suit of armor that convinced his enemies to surrender without a single fight. Afterwards, they found such warmth in his smile that they bowed down to him in humility. Anyway, that's how the story goes. His smiling face still touches the hearts of our people. The very face my daughter and the others got on a bus to see this morning.
That was a brand new day.
The song on the radio seems to be a perfect match for the sunny weather.
Radio's taking all of your favorite requests.
I have no idea what's happening. That awful sound and the shaking. Was that a blast of wind from an explosion? The castle disappeared behind a pillar of flame.
Attention all pilots. Our capital city, Grace Maria, is under attack by unknown aircraft. Damage from the attacks is widespread throughout the city. All planes scramble and intercept all threats immediately.
Garuda team, time to take off. Situation has not yet been ascertained. We must implement an emergency reformation. Follow your individual instructions. Garuda 1, you do not have a wingman. Let's see. Shamrock. Shamrock, are you alone too? Very well. As of now, you're Garuda 2. Okay. So I'm Garuda 2. Garuda 1, I've got your back. No time for introductions now, though. Go ahead and I'll follow your lead. Never was good with directions anyhow. Garuda Team, you are authorized to engage any hostile aircraft above Grace Maria. Roger that. May the Golden King smile upon us.
Talisman and Garuda 2 Shamrock. We are currently in a state of emergency. Our nation is under attack by unknown forces. Do whatever you can to fend off the invasion.
Garuda 2, roger that. Garuda 1, you call the shots.
This is Commander Windhover of the 15th Squadron. The enemy is expanding its field of attack. Stay alert. How many are there?
Garuda 1, there's too many of them. Use your SP weapon.
All ships to terminate enemy forces over the bay. Missiles anti-air guns ready for battle.
Focus all anti-aircraft fire on those bombers. Don't let them get any closer to this one.
We interrupt this program for an emergency news report. Grace Maria is currently under attack by unidentified aircraft. The damage apparently extends throughout the entire capital.
This was safe.
We've got an ID on the invaders. We're engaged with the Estovakian military.
The Estovakians? Their economy's been in shambles for years. Looks like they finally snapped through. Our runway's being bombed to hell. It's totally useless now.
The Estovakian threat level has been reduced. You should be able to hold out against them.
Garuda 1, we've almost got them. Let's do this one plane at a time.
Looks like the stoves are running out of steam. Had enough, boys? Enemy tanks have made it to the ground and they're coming in. So those bastards think they can barge into someone's house without even calling first.
Unbelievable. I say we teach them a few manners before we kick them out.
Hey, right, once more. Calm down and give me a sit rep. Which bridge are we talking about? Nice work. Take care of as many of those tanks as you can while they're up in the air. Like shooting fish in a barrel. The enemy secured the
An
bridge.
intense ground war is taking place in the East District. We strongly urge all citizens of Grace Maria to stay indoors at this time.
Move the tank company in advance. Keep those airborne tanks from moving in.
Garuda Team, watch your necks out there. Stick with close-range targets and run them down. Talisman is locked on.
I somehow managed to evacuate everyone. They don't drop a bomb on us.
Target hit. Enemy plane down.
Watch out! The enemy has a lot
Estavakian threat level is even lower now. Drive them out of Ameria.
Igon to Strigan team. We are prepared to launch. Strigan leader to Igon. We will commence mission operations once your delivery is complete. Attention all aircraft. We are ready for Nimbus launch. Begin the countdown. Booster ignition complete. Launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fire! Engage the enemy at will following Nimbus impact. Finish them off.
What's this? Missiles!
No! Number 3, your radio's down. Number 3, where are you? Somebody in the cruise missile just detonated in midair. Half our planes have been wiped off the radar. What the hell was that? Where are they coming from?
Enemy cruise missile incoming.
Those are no ordinary cruise missiles. Evade like hell if you want it up as alive. Damn it! What about our city? What about Grace Maria?
What the hell's happening?
Hey, I'm on your side. Isn't your IFF working?
Warning, additional enemy planes have been spotted on radar. You don't want to know how many.
This is Strigan 12. Target acquired. Moving to engage. Calling all Strigan planes. Grace Maria shall be ours for the taking. Roger.
A large-scale explosion has apparently occurred in midair. No further details as yet. I repeat.
Which direction the missiles coming from? Right or left?
This is Ghost Eye to all planes. Air Defense Command has ordered an evacuation. You've been ordered to give up Grace Maria. Break away from this airspace and head west.
Are you out of your mind? We can't comply with that order.
We are militarily at a huge disadvantage. Comply with the order and head west.
This is Avalanche. We're not going anywhere.
Listen! It's only temporary. The plan is to withdraw, meet up with all remaining forces from each area, then regroup for a counterattack. We can't afford to lose you. Follow the order.
This is Garuda 2 to Garuda 1. We really should get out of here.
Garuda team, you're about to exit the combat zone. Maintain your course west to leave the airspace.
Target kill confirmed. That's it, Russia. Looking good. We're going to sweep America under the rug. I can't figure these guys out.
Garuda team, you've made it out of the combat zone. Head for the rendezvous point.
I promise we'll be back for you. Just a little longer. I promise.
Our military has escaped destruction because of your valiant efforts on the battlefield. But our capital, Grace Maria, has been temporarily occupied by Estavakian forces, and our central government has been usurped by them as well. The nation of Estavakia had declared war with our country as it simultaneously launched a surprise attack on Grace Maria. In response, the Republic of Emeria's Political Council unanimously adopted a resolution of open war against the Federal Republic of Estavakia. Our forces remaining on the Emerian mainland are still fighting in desperation to protect our country. Once our intelligence has been sorted and confirmed, the Republic of Emeria's armed forces must immediately regroup and counterattack against the Federal Republic of Estavakia. The beautiful country of Ameria belongs to us, and only us, the Amerian people.
Fire and smoke rises from the city before me. The King's Bridge is gone. Oh no. No! Matilda! I vaguely hear a scream of terror that sounds much like my own voice from afar. I feel as though the Golden King's gentle smile is moving farther away from me. Every now and then, I tell my daughter the story of the night some years ago. A night when the sky was radiant with shooting stars. That night, your father and I made countless wishes together. An asteroid called Ulysses came into Earth's orbit and disintegrated into millions of pieces, which poured down on the land below. As we watched the shooting stars that night, fragments from the asteroid rained down on our eastern neighbor, Slovakia, damaging a great deal of their infrastructure and devastating their economy. Soon after, the news reported that their nation had fallen into a civil war, one that would last for years. Eventually, the internal strife was brought to an end when the generals came into power. In the midst of hardship, the citizens of Slovakia were convinced that the only way they could recover as a nation was to rely on a military government led by these generals. Before long, they went so far as to invade our nation, the Republic of Ameria. Our military was forced to retreat to Kesid, an island far to the west. My husband, a fighter pilot, also hasn't come home since. I walk on. I am unable to think. All I can do is follow the others. Ever since we came to the twisted remains of my daughter's school bus, my soul has left me. I am empty. Some of our tanks are parked at the approach to the bridge.
There's a train still running on the other side of the river. She goes all the way out to the edge of the border. We've got to blast this bridge before the enemy gets a hold of it. So move it or lose it, people!
Here I see the wreckage of a jet that was shot down. On what's left of the nose, I can make out some writing. Melissa. It's my name. What a cruel twist of fate for me to see this. My pilot husband, who had left for work that day with the same loving look on his face as always. He had painted my name on his angel. I go into the crowd on the train and endure 2 weeks of pure hell before finally ending up at a refugee camp at the border. I don't know any of the names on the list. My compatriots, who have now become refugees, gather around a single radio to listen to the broadcast. Even though the station is broadcasting out of Grace Maria, occupying forces have taken complete control of the airwaves. The enemy must have completely overtaken our capital, Grace Maria.
And although newer parts of the city have suffered considerable damage, the castle and a significant section of the old quarter have escaped relatively unscathed.
The castle's okay.
However,
Thank God.
the announcer went on to say that our castle was robbed of countless antiquities that once were elaborately displayed in our castle. Stripped bare.
As the Estovakian military, it is our sworn duty to govern this crumbling nation and get it back on its feet, starting right here in Grace Maria. I found a group of street children in front of the central station here, where the area has literally been reduced to a slum. Step on up here, little girl. What do you have to say about all this?
Go dance with the angels, mister.
My ears were not deceiving me. That voice belonged to my daughter, Matilda.
I am Lieutenant Colonel Wojciech of the Estovakian Air Force. I arrived on a train to Grace Maria. To my detriment, I sustained a leg injury in the early stages of the war, relegating me to ground duty. I am now working as an intelligence officer for the Air Force. The ceiling has collapsed in the central station. From there, the city appears resigned to its fate beneath the Estovakian flag. What a pitiful sight. But at least there are no craters to mar the land. They are lucky in that sense. There goes my spare clothing. They will not be so lucky with these documents. What a miserable city this must be, with their children in such a state. The fine works of art, once displayed in this castle, were completely gone before the occupation forces arrived. Even the ancient armor of the Golden King, the collective heart and soul of the city's people, along with the crown, have disappeared without a trace. I must relay this unfortunate information back to the generals in my country. They were quite fond of those antiquities.
A large-scale formation of Estevakian bombers is heading toward Vitose, a city here on the island of Kazit. The enemy's plotting to storm Campania Airport, where our military is stationed, to stamp us out and put an end to this thing. Enemy bombers are approaching Vitose from the north. Our advance team estimates they'll be above the city in about 15 minutes. Air units are to cooperate with our radar facilities and resume operations. An enemy takeover of Vitose would mean the ultimate destruction of our country, Emeria, and of our Emerian people. Intercept them at once.
Garuda 1, which plane should I select? How about my weaponry? Are we ready to fly with these planes?
Garuda team, time to take off.
Those bombers have passed through the mountains and are still on course for Vitose. They're here. Head back to the base if you need supplies. You can land there at any time.
Takeoff complete. Good luck up there.
Garuda team, a formation of enemy bombers is on its way to Vitose. Take them out.
Fight a good fight, troops. We're our only hope.
This territory is all we've got left. Garuda team, it's in your hands. We've got to intercept those bombers. Stay within range of the radar facility. That should give you the upper hand in battle. Missile struck target.
Is Estevakian trying to raise our entire country? Where are the enemy bombers?
We have radar lock on. More enemy bombers detected on radar. It looks like another formation.
All planes head back to base once you're out of bombs. Initiate bombing sequence.
Enemy bombers are approaching the city. Get on the scene immediately.
Continental forces have succumbed to the might of our army and rise the defeat. This is the enemy's propaganda broadcast.
Both planes are showing up on radar. It's another bomber formation. Intercept.
Our merciful government and their benevolence has taken it upon themselves to restore liberty of former capital, Great America. And with your feeling bent on wasting
out those bombers first and foremost. Don't worry about the escorts.
Watch out! The enemy has a lock on you!
Work with our radar facilities on the ground. They should be able to help you out. Lock on.
Missiles closing in. 6 enemy bomber is down. Was that the last of them? At base number 7.
Enemy plane down. Bomber number 8 confirmed down. Missile strike confirmed.
How could that have missed?
Enemy bombers are approaching the city. Intercept.
All enemy bombers have been eliminated. We somehow plugged every last one of them.
Enemy bomber formation is confirmed down. I have to say you handled things well.
Whooping all that praise on us has got me a little too red in the face to go back home.
Roger that, Avalanche. I'll just report you as gunned down and missing in action.
That's pretty harsh, Ghost Eye. All planes, it's time to get on home now. Try and make it back for supper.
The enemy bombers have been intercepted. Enemy aircraft around the Kesed perimeter have been significantly weakened. Our forces have taken advantage of this opportunity to arrange a swift counterattack. We expect the best from you.
My daughter is alive somewhere in Grace Maria. It took me days to get here. Days of walking. But I know this road ends somewhere up ahead. There was no need to think about how to cross the river. Didn't that soldier on the tank say they were going to destroy this bridge before the enemy came? I start to feel as if things never go as they are said to.
You've been ordered to start the mission now. The interception op was a success. Enemy air units around Kesed have been weakened. And the Republic of Ameria's military has taken full advantage of this prime opportunity to initiate a counterattack operation with all forces participating. Enemy forces have established a wide-scale defensive line around Sipley Field, consisting largely of tank battalions. Our ground forces are set up to cross the river and penetrate it, and eventually regain control of Kesed. Garuda team, we need you to support our advancing ground units and eliminate all enemy forces. Multiple units will be simultaneously carrying out various operations on the ground. Pay attention to the airspace above each operation area and provide support as needed. This must be the first time you've ever participated in a mission of this scale. The battle simulator is a good way to get some practical experience under your belt. Godspeed.
Garuda 1, how about my weaponry? Are we ready to fly with these planes?
Garuda team, time to take off.
To all forces. We're about to engage enemy units on the other side of the river from multiple angles.
This is Warlock Battalion. We'll be keeping the central unit occupied. Warlock's Battalion here. We're set up to hit all enemy units on the east side. Two guys here. We've got the west side covered.
Garuda team, provide cover for our troops on the ground and eliminate all Slovakia ground forces. Choose any area you want to cover. Cross the return line if you need supplies. It's at the south end of the airspace.
We've got way more guys than us. Great confidence booster, huh? Let's get on it, Garuda 1.
Did you know that 90% of our operational forces are out on the battlefield? I love it. It's the bet of a lifetime. Cross the bridge. This is Warlock. We're about to contain the main enemy forces across the river. Blast the hell out of anything that moves.
Use the Operation ID device when the battle gets too heavy. Your radar display can be toggled for each operation.
Airplanes and attack helicopters sighted on the other side of the bridge.
Don't let enemy forces reach Warlock Battalion. Take them out before they cross the bridge.
Looks like they've got some anti-aircraft guns in the mix. Better go and ready for anything. Finish them off before they cross the bridge. Better take them all out at once. Anti-aircraft guns. Get with the program. Shoot those planes out of the sky. Damn it, miss.
Lock on!
Got a lock.
Talisman is locked on.
Watch out! They've got a lock on you from the ground! Almost in effective range.
Missile evaded. Ground target has been eliminated.
About half the enemy forces are down. I don't think they'll be getting in any further. Our firepower is far superior to theirs. This is a disgrace to our country.
Missile missed. Target hit.
Watch out! The enemy has a lock on you!
Enemy aircraft down.
This is Yellow Jacket. The chopper unit is confirmed south of Melbourne to the crossing.
Watch out for that missile, Garuda 1.
Okay, I'm on backup.
This is Quox. Advancing to engage enemy across the river. Do me a favor and take care of any little guys trying to get in our way. We can provide ground assistance once you're in range for
Quox Battalion is a small-scale unit. Don't let the enemy surround them. They'll need the best backup you've got to offer.
Keep on firing. Get through this and the main battalion's up next. Those stovies have no skills. This'll be a walk in the park. Aim for the slow ones first and let the efforts deal with the skies. Now we're almost through. Focus all fire on whatever's after our tanks. They can't handle us. Time to flame broil these little bastards. That's what I like to hear. All pistol down. Get moving. We got right by somebody better shoot. This is Quox. Preparing to engage central enemy from the east.
Roger, Quox. Garuda team, move on to a different unit.
Moving off. Wait hard. The main enemy battalion has been destroyed. Thanks for that sweet air cover, boys. Teamwork's a beautiful thing, eh? Not bad. This is Warlock. The main enemy forces are way. Talisman, don't go thinking we can win this war all by ourselves. If the enemy becomes more than you can handle, don't be afraid to request allied support.
Cross over the safety line and head back to base if you need supplies. Half of the remaining enemy forces are down.
We're halfway there. Garena 2, roger that. Not many stogies left out here. All planes, we're almost done. Don't get shot. Respond. Anyone. HQ. Damn it.
ESM is active. We have radar lock on.
Careful now. The enemy has you on radar.
Fox 2. This area has been cleared of enemy forces. Mission complete. Get back to base.
Looks like I won the bet. That's one step closer to Grace Maria. Garuda 1, I've got a hunch we'll be going home a lot sooner with you on board. I'm counting on you, Talisman.
Thanks to your efforts, we have completed this mission successfully. Emirian forces were able to extend to the center of Kesed, expanding their power in the region. Estavakian forces were driven off the front line and have retreated to Bartolomeo Fortress, which is located in the center of the island. This mission should have given them a good taste of what our forces are capable of. Soon, we'll be able to drive all Estavakian forces out of Kesed.
So this guy's up next, huh? Hope he's happy with my name, rank, number, and birthday. 'Cause that's all he's gonna get out of me. He's all skin and bones, with eyes like a hawk. But that badge, and the cane. Old Hawkeye's here must have broken his wings in combat. Hey, look at me. I'm no different. The sky I took for granted now seems so far away. Now that my little adventure here with Hawkeyes is over, all that awaits me is a prison cell.
These prisoners have lost their will to fight. The Emirian military administration is broken. They have nobody in power to provide the support they need. It's only a matter of time before they collapse.
The final remnant of Estavakian forces on this island is concentrated on Mount Marcello in northern Kesed. The enemy is mainly distributed throughout this mountainous area, with Bartolomeo Fortress as its center of operations. Providing a variety of high-level defensive measures and offensive might, this fortress also boasts strong anti-air capabilities. Our ground unit in this mission is to split into two groups, to the east and west, along with an air unit mainly providing ESM, which gives us 3 units in total. Garuda team, we need you to cover each of these units in whichever order you feel is necessary. The situation will change depending on which turn a particular battle takes. You'll need to keep close tabs on the combat situation of each unit to successfully complete this mission. Our forces on the mainland are scattered and desperate, doing all they can to protect our nation. We need you to help guarantee their success on this mission. And success on this mission is measured by how much support you can provide them with.
Taliesin, how about my weaponry? Are we ready to fly with
Garuda team, time to take off.
This is Ghost Eye to all planes. Initiate invasion of Bartolomeo Fortress.
This is Warlock. We've got the west route to the fortress. Clark's battalion here. We'll advance from the east. This is Snake Pit. Electron support plane. Moving to support ground forces.
Garuda team, I need you to provide backup for each battalion. Begin operation. Garuda team, get Quark's battalion ahead. See Operation ID device when the battle gets too heavy. Your radar display can be toggled for each operation. Quark's battalion is heading for the first checkpoint at a steady pace. Quark's battalion is approaching the first checkpoint now.
Enemy chopper unit confirmed. We'll need an air unit to take it outwards.
Radar lock.
I'll take care of this one.
Quark's battalion has arrived at the first checkpoint. Warlock battalion has arrived at the first checkpoint. Garuda 1, commencing full rocket fire.
Watch out! We've got a lock on you from the ground!
Quark's battalion is heading for the second checkpoint at a steady pace. Garuda team, give Snake Pit some cover.
This is ESM. This is frustrating variant to no end.
Careful now. The enemy has you on radar.
Lock on.
Point me in the right direction. Warlock battalion under attack. Need to provide cover. Enemy plane acquired. Quark's battalion is under attack. Give us some backup.
Enemy facility was destroyed. The mission is going as planned. We're about halfway to the objective. Quark's battalion is approaching the second checkpoint now.
Release the launch. This one went on target. We'll have a few words
Quox Battalion has arrived at the second checkpoint. Warlock Battalion has lost half its forces.
All forces are still doing fine. We can still fight. Get him! Hit right once more!
Missile struck target.
Box two! Headquarters, my HMD's malfunctioning. All I see is static. Taking enemy fire, Convoy. Engage. Don't let him get up the mountain. Fire away and stay focused.
Quox Battalion has lost half its forces. The situation is getting worse. Garuda team, back up the Warlock Battalion.
Don't get overconfident. That train's got some wicked firepower.
Lock on. Warlock Battalion is heading for the second checkpoint at a steady pace.
Time for some hot lead from above.
Enemy facility was destroyed. Missile struck target. Launching missile.
Watch out! They've got a lock on you from the ground! Fox 2! Oh, he missed!
Garuda 1, ESM is active. Missile strike confirmed.
Number 3 is down!
Warlock Battalion is a little over halfway to the objective point. Just a little longer. Warlock Battalion is approaching the second checkpoint now.
I'm in. Disengaging from combat zone.
We have radar lock on.
Get them out here. Tell them to come eager.
Warlock Battalion has arrived at the second checkpoint. Missile evaded.
Get down! Get down! It's the electronic support plane. ESM is coming in from Snake Pit. Now we'll be able to shoot with more accuracy. We've made it to the objective point. Mission accomplished. Thanks for the air support. Enemy's got a SAM locked onto you!
Garuda team, provide support for Quox Battalion.
Talisman, don't be afraid to request allied support.
Lock on.
Engage immediately. Don't chase him too far. Lock on! Garuda 2 launched missile. I got an eject! I haven't been hit.
Ground target destroyed.
Watch out! We've got a lock on you from the ground!
In gun range. Quox Battalion has arrived at the objective point. Mission accomplished. All planes, move on to the enemy fortress. Ground unit, continue engagement.
Roger. Talisman, it's time to mop the floor.
2 unknown enemy fighters have detected. 2 enemy fighters approaching.
Reaper's emblem! Those are the aces who attacked Grace Maria! We're pulling out. There's only 2 of them. Now's our chance to take them out. Recover commencing attack support. Watch out for heavy fire.
Missile evaded.
Commencing attack. Air support executing. Standard battalion is Roger. Areas. Other people. Evaded.
Enemy fortress threat level has been reduced. Garuda team, don't let your guard down.
Target confirmed. Attacking. Target confirmed. Shifting to attack support field. Get down! Get down! Warlock, so nice to see that dirty face again. Watch battalion to join up with Warlock. Roger, Warlock battalion combining with Quax. My face ain't that dirty, but can you hear me? I'm going up. This place is ours.
Ground target has been eliminated. Enemy fortress threat level is even lower now. Maintain current level of engagement.
Come on, team. We're in good shape, too. Let's turn this place out.
Watch out for that missile, Garuda 1.
Roger. I've got your back. I've got a lock.
We have radar lock on.
Arrived at attack position. Cross battalion, you ready? You bet. Let's turn this place out.
Missile struck target.
Missile missed its target.
Our self-propelled artillery has moved into engagement.
Plane fired a missile. Lock on.
Missile missed its target.
Releasing me off.
Anti-aircraft gun destroyed.
Fire.
Enemy plane in gun range. Commencing full rocket fire. The enemy fortress has just about had it. Our ground unit almost has it under control. Ground target has been eliminated.
Watch out! They've got a lock on you from the ground! Watch out! The enemy has a lock on you! Box 2!
Radar lock. Enemy chopper shot down.
Get him! Get ready once more! Lock on!
Romeo Fortress is under our control. Nice work, Garuda team.
Garuda team, you guys work too hard. You're stealing all our thunder. Marion scum. It's no time to celebrate. We'll crush you in due time.
We have successfully retaken Bartolomeo Fortress. With the successful execution of this mission, Imarian forces have regained complete control of Kesset Island. A plan to retake the mainland is now in the works. We're about to get into some serious combat.
Our post to the Iron Bridge was shot to hell by enemy aircraft. Those ever-so-helpful choppers were nice enough to wait until the last second to come bail us out of that death trap. The three of us are all that's left of our company. Sergeant Torch is our driver. He never knows when to shut up. Sergeant Hobsbawm, who never says a damn thing, mans the gun. And I'm Sergeant McKnight, the captain. Since we're all sergeants, we had to draw straws for the captain's seat. And the winner is yours truly. I'd live sweet and easy on this island for the rest of my days if I could. The Flyboys, on the other hand, are workaholics. They drove a whole mess of enemy troops off this rock. And that's why we're holed up in this damn landing ship playing five-card stud. I don't know what those Flyboys are trying to pull, but this is the worst landing operation I've ever heard of. I always knew Donnie had sticky fingers. Apparently he was robbing banks before he joined the service. What an idiot.
Come on, just hear me out. About 5 years ago, before I joined the military, I was digging a tunnel straight towards Grace Maria's central bank when...
Donnie says the Estavakians haven't been able to get the safe open yet. He also says he dug an underground tunnel that got him within a few feet of the vault. Is this guy for real? But if he really dug a tunnel that close to the vault, I just want to know one thing. What the hell are we still doing here? Once we're back on the mainland, we've got to get to that bank before the Estavakians get their filthy paws on our loot. What do we got to lose?
I'm about to go over the mission contents. Finally, the day is near. We have organized enough troops and intelligence to retake the mainland. Soon the Imarian military will initiate an operation designed to take back the Imarian mainland. Our forces on the mainland are growing more exhausted as each day passes. If we don't act soon, they will be wiped out completely. Our bridgehead for disembarking troops on the mainland will be established at Rargam Beach, on the western tip of Ania. We're sending in units by air and sea. This is going to be a large-scale mission, so do all you can to see it through to the end. This mission will be divided into multiple units, 2 hovercraft units bringing our landing units to shore, and a fleet of ships to attack the enemy from out at sea. Our hovercraft unit needs support in order to bring in the landing unit safely, and for taking over points on the ground. Our fleet needs support in order to thoroughly defeat enemy forces close to the sea or in the vicinity of oil fields. It would be to our advantage if you could rush to various attack points and take them out before our units have to deal with them. Swift and accurate execution is extremely important in this mission in order to gain a secure foothold. Don't hold back. Show us what you're made of out there.
tell us, which plane should I... How about my weaponry? Are we ready to fly with these planes?
Garuda team, time to take off.
Take a look. It's the mainland. Ghost Eye to all forces. We're about to start the landing operation.
This is Warlock Battalion. We'll be disembarking on the central coast to take over a stretch of land there.
Watch Battalion here. We're set to disembark on the west side. Take control of Artara and have enough of you to take the airport behind us. This is flagship Marigold of the 2nd Fleet. We are set to destroy the enemy fleet position near those oil facilities close to the sea.
Garuda team, your job is to eliminate any threats posed to our forces in each of these combat zones. Begin operation.
My fleet is about to destroy all enemy ships and eradicate any sign of a sea threat. We're leaving the skies to you, Garuda team.
Our objective is to block you to defeat the cowards of the American military.
Okay, Hotshot. Some people never change. Well, folks, once again, these airwaves have been reclaimed by the Imperial Independence Radio. The Imperial fleet is approaching the oil facilities, moving to intercept. They're coming out of the air as well. All aircraft, stay on alert. We're coming up on the landing point. All personnel prepare to disembark.
Warlock Battalion preparing to disembark. We've only taken light damage. Let's get this party started. Disembarkation complete. Thanks for your patience, Squawks Battalion.
Advance forward and form a line. I'd like to give a shout out to our brave armed forces fighting on our behalf. Here at American Independence Radio, we support you 110%. Feels about your fleet's about to collapse. All thanks to our great air support. The Americans are trying to back. We've got to hold out.
Missile strike confirmed.
Captain, there's a single tank out ahead of us. That's our ignite.
How bad it is. There's one green SOB. We can all learn a thing or two from him. About half our targets are down. Keep up a steady stream of attacks. The Cartenia has been immobilized. All personnel abandon ship. She's going under.
Lock on.
Things are looking good for us. Garuda team, bring out the fast lane.
Game's over. Miracle's in good shape.
Garuda 1, ESM is active. Missile struck target.
Incoming missile confirmed.
Forecast threshold exceeded. The ship's on fire and taking off water. Ship's gonna sink.
Fox 2, Fox 2.
Garuda 2 fired.
Ghost Eye, I need a count for the remaining...
Warning, incoming missile.
Garuda 1 got a kill.
Watch out! The enemy has a lock on you! I missed. I tagged one. I lost contact with Scorpio.
intercept.
Transport's been shot. It's going down. Transport chopper down. We need some escort planes. Infantry vehicle. Looks like you're going to make quick work of those enemy forces. Now it's our turn. How can we let the Americans get this far?
SAM destroyed.
Watch out! The enemy has a lock on you! I've got a lock! Fire!
I thought it was obvious. Doors of England here. Concentrate all fire on them.
We're down to our last escort chopper. We might not be able to take the airport. Give us some backup. How many men are still alive? Somebody answer me. Enemy forces in the airport facility. Commence a cop. The transport chopper is in landing position. The rest is up to our special forces. Fox 2. Our allies have lost hope. We can't afford to lose any more men. Garuda team, please hurry. Commencing attack support. You're taking control of Radar on the airport. Thanks for the great cover, Garuda. It's great to be back home in Artara. Please wait on the way.
Enemy reinforcements detected on radar. They're approaching our landing unit at high speed. We can't let anything happen to our landing unit. Drive back the enemy and provide cover.
Talisman, this is kill or be killed.
Our special forces have taken the airport. You're clear to land there for supplies. Land at the airport if you're low on ammo.
Watch out! The enemy has a lock on you!
Box 2. Missile struck target. Enemy tank has been destroyed.
That's what I like to see, Talisman. At this rate, we'll make it through. That pilot has something special. An approaching enemy is killed. Enemy's got a SAM locked onto you. Garuda 1 evaded the missile. Roger that.
Radar lock.
Talisman, almost got him.
Missile strike confirmed. Missile missed its target. Box 3. Garuda 1, ESM is active.
Nice kill, Talisman. How could that have missed?
We have radar lock on.
Garuda 2 launched missile. Watch out! The enemy has a lock on you!
No sign of the enemy on radar. They've been wiped out completely. Mission accomplished.
We're finally back on the mainland.
This just in. Apparently our heroes have made it back to the mainland. This just in, folks. I heard our engines are flying in from Cassette. I'd like to dedicate this one to some tough soldiers out there. A brand new day. A soldier who've been gone beyond the darkness. From now on, you can count on me, Sid, here at American Independence Radio, to fill you in on how they're doing. Just got some gunshots. Peace out.
Let's go home. Back to our loved ones.
Garuda 1, ESM is active.
Enemy forces on Rargam Beach have been annihilated. and the landing operation has ended successfully. We are finally able to provide full relief and support to our exhausted forces on the mainland. The American military is in position to advance towards the center of the continent, combine with our forces fighting the resistance, and take out Estavakian forces. Garuda team, you've really earned a great name for yourselves here. Pull yourselves together and get ready for some action up there. We don't want this to be your last mission.
I had no idea. I should have thought more about the kind of people who would be traveling to Grace Maria. Now that we're in the midst of war. Her name is Ludmila. She was an Estavakian medical student studying in Northern Navik, a neutral country. Her boyfriend is a soldier in the Estavakian military. She firmly believes that going to Grace Maria will somehow reunite them. It took a long time to get even that much out of her. Most of the time, she hardly says a word. We're certainly an odd pair of travel companions. Two women, hopelessly in search of their loved ones. Maybe it's the language barrier. But talking doesn't seem to be our strong point. But I feel we share a common goal that goes far beyond words.
We've got a large unit of troops on Rollins Plain, around the outskirts of Silvat Town. Those troops are isolated with no means of retreat, surrounded by enemies, and on the verge of total annihilation. With our substation as a focal point, the enemy is positioned a full 360 degrees around the troops, with intense attacks pounding away at our line of defense. If we could somehow manage to join up with our besieged forces there, we could considerably strengthen their position. This is where you come in. We need you to free up our surrounded unit and eliminate all Estavakian forces throughout the Rollins Plain. Every minute counts in this operation, so get out there and get things done.
How about my weaponry? Are we ready to fly with the...
Garuda team, time to take off.
All planes, listen. listen up. Our forces are completely surrounded over a wide area. We've got 6 sectors of operation to concentrate on. Use your radar to check enemy position and move out to each area.
We better move. Our forces could get wiped out at any second now.
That's right. Our ground unit is on its last legs trying to keep them covered. Return to base if you need supplies. No use fighting on an empty stomach.
Enemy forces approaching. Prepare for descent.
Entire line of defense is being affected by enemy fire. We've lost contact with Sector D7. Stricken 6 to all planes. Destroy all incoming enemy reinforcements. Strigon 11, roger. Those 2 planes are first on the menu. Our A-13 has been busted up
but stay alert. The worst is yet to come.
Yellow Jacket, Fighter Battalion. That was a stellar performance. Target Garuda team, I'd say you were pretty damn good together. Don't get too cocky, Bird Eater. This war has just started. Right now! We can't afford to miss an hour.
We've received a telegram from HQ Command. You're to go after an Estovakian unit that's just started pulling out of action.
I'm a lot better at chasing than being chased. All ground units are to spread out and close in on the Estovakian unit. Show no mercy. Dragon Busters, Roger. Time to get close and personal. Aerial Tank Battalion confirms. The gang's all here. Trooper Battalion, Roger. We got your back. 3 and 6, we've got a problem. Our front line is starting to crawl back. We'll use all your power to get them back.
Bombs away. Lock on. Enemy tank has been destroyed.
I'm holding my ground. To hell with our orders. Shamrock, Fox 2. Fox 2, Fox
2. This mission is going well. All forces, keep the pressure on.
Leave it there. Of course we'll keep you like you against this whatever you want here. Missile struck target.
Is about 40%.
Launching missile. Time to dance with the devil, Scooby.
Fight them with a will of iron.
Sector D4 is out of our hands. The various Soviet is attacking us.
The threat level for remaining Estovakian forces is down to about 20%.
All planes, this is a hell of a dance. Keep up those nice moves. Watch out! The enemy has a lock on you!
Enemy forces have been eliminated from the mission areas. That's enough dancing for today. Time to get on home now.
I could have danced a few more numbers. I'm still dancing here. Go ahead and leave without me.
Don't give me that, Sky Kid. It's past your bedtime.
You'd make a scary mother, Ghost Eye. But I guess we should be getting back.
Our besieged unit is now free, and enemy forces have been annihilated. Mission accomplished. Now that our unit has been freed, we are able to join up with them for a considerable gain in our land and air forces. This boost in power enables us to continue advancing east, to recapture our nation and tighten the noose around Slovakia's military. We now have an open path to Grace Maria. All pilots, best of luck.
Who does this guy think he is? No way we'd ever lose to a bunch of guys like this.
Enough already. Take him away.
Lieutenant, I got a little piece of advice for you. Go dance with the angels. Come on! Except I'll bet you couldn't dance your way out of a paper bag.
The prisoners are much different than before. They finally have some backbone and are brimming with confidence. It must be that pilot they're all so fond of that is fueling the fires. Apparently, he fought his way through insurmountable odds to help his fellow soldiers.
Go dance with the angels.
Another defiant one.
Our forces have expanded. Slovakia's military forces in Ania will gradually start to diminish each time they suffer a loss in various areas. According to intelligence from our Department of National Safety, there's a section where enemy defenses are low, near Salamna Peaks in central Ania. That section of land is an ideal route for our troops to take, in terms of topography and weather as well. We're going to use this route. It's a steep mountain path covered in snow, which is extremely difficult for our ground unit to advance through. It also renders it vulnerable to air attacks. Make sure to cover our ground unit, and if you spot any threats from the sky, eliminate them. If an emergency happens to occur, deal with it in any way you see fit. Once we get past those mountains, we'll be in the center of Ania.
Talisman, which plane? How about my weaponry? Talisman, which plane should I pick? Talisman, which plane? How about my weaponry? Are we ready to fly with these planes?
Garuda team, time to take off.
Garuda 1, disconnect. Yo, Talisman, save some for the rest of us. All units, return to formation upon refuel. Now this is what I call a squadron. Come on, it's payback time. Grace Maria dead ahead.
The Stones are on their way. They're not stupid yet.
Sapwater's here with some great news. Rumor has it that our angels in from Cassette have joined up with the American military in Silvat. Oh yeah. They are charging in like rhinos. I think a lot of positive things are about to happen.
Warning. Enemy presence detected on radar. They know exactly what we plan to do. All planes, assume attack formation.
I can hardly see a thing. We've got mountains right below us. Watch your altitude, Talisman. I got jammers mixed in with us. I'll take them all out.
Enemy jammers are set up to reduce our missile and radar capabilities. Watch out.
I've been strained. Who the hell did that? Don't pay attention. All plans. High-speed aircraft detected. Now approaching this airspace at high altitude.
Ghost Eye to Snake Pit. Keep close tabs on the movement.
I think you're caught up in a jammer's web. Fly carefully. Things aren't as they seem. Kill confirmed. That makes one kill for Garuda 1.
Second jammer down.
Radio's back to normal. Take out the rest just like that. Tell me what jammers are facing them. Do the Americans have a new special weapon?
Enemy at 6 o'clock.
How do you shake me off? Fox
2. Third jammer down.
It missed. Watch out! The enemy has a lock on you! Give me a bullseye. Enemy plane acquired.
Radar lock.
Let's regroup. Surviving pilots respond now.
Fourth jammer down. Fox 3. Enemy down.
My radar hasn't cleared up. Are there still jammers out here? Target evaded missile. Careful now. The enemy has you on radar.
Fifth jammer down.
We evaded my missile rocket. I'm tailing him. Number 3's been shot down too. Our jamming is fading out.
Garuda 1. Fox 3.
Careful now. The enemy has you on radar. Lock. Fox 2. Now it's our turn. Fan out and crush him. My radar's all clear. Seems like those jammers are down. Quiet feet under those conditions. Garuda 2, roger that.
at high speed.
All planes, hurry! Don't let them get near Warlock Battalion! We need to intercept enemy escort planes, flying at maximum thrust to reach target. There it is. I've confirmed the Iberian ground unit's location. Arming hot to initiate attack. Enemy aircraft approaching. There's a large number of them. Missile, break!
Watch out! The enemy has a lock on you!
Missile missed its target. Missile was evaded. Fox 3.
Shamrock, Fox 2. Bullseye!
Enemy plane down.
Tail damage confirmed! Be careful now, Talisman.
Get him! Get right once more! My lock's running out.
Watch out! The enemy has a lock on you!
Aircraft coming out of radar. Coming in high and fast. A supersonic bomber. They seem to be on course to Quest Battalion. Intercept those aircraft before they get in close. That's a Gorilla team? Tell all tanks Gorilla's coming! Turn! Fox 2, Fox 2. Gorilla 1, it's a missile! Enemy plane acquired.
Missile evaded.
Watch out! The enemy has a lock on you!
Enemy kill confirmed.
Missile closing in! Watch out for the shockwave!
Lock on.
That's what I'm talking about. That was a little too easy. It's not over yet. Keep your eyes open.
Garuda 1 launched missile. Target hit. Garuda 1, ESM is active.
Enemy bomber approaching Fox Battalion. This is not going well. As smooth as always, Garuda. Thanks for the cover.
Garuda 1, Fox 3. Radar lock. Target hit.
A second wave of enemy bombers has penetrated our airspace. This one looks on course for Quest Battalion 2.
First enemy bomber down.
Take that. Give me an enemy head count. Gorilla team, you saved our hides. Now help us drive out the rest. Keep on. Get him! Get ready once more! Attack request legendary. Roger that. I'm gonna help you out real quick. Armor weapon system. Competent. I'm trying to use support. Shoot down all enemy planes moving in close to me. If they're within ESM range, our forces on the ground will give them cover. That should work in your favor. Loading weaponry. Launching a target. Deal. Forces are physical touching the safety forces. There's something about those moves. Something I saw back in Grace Maria. Half our forces are down. All planes, don't fire alone. Fly in formation. Agent, looks like my support's coming in handy. Now take out the rest of them.
Enemy bomber approaching Fox Battalion.
Garuda 1, ESM is active.
They'll get away like this. I'll bring them all down. starting to back off. Well, they won't get far. The chase is on. All bombs have been dropped. Withdrawing from airspace. It missed. Let's just get this over with.
Connecting ESM for Garuda 1. I've got something on radar. That's odd. Multiple small objects flying at slow speed through the airspace.
Whatever. Small, big, bring them on.
Other aircraft are... Wait a minute. Warning! Cruise missiles incoming! All planes break!
What? Missile hit at 3 o'clock. All aircraft stay sharp. Look out! Those are the same missiles used to wipe out Grace Maria. The Nimbus is unstoppable.
Garuda 1, do you read me? Something on radar. That's odd. Multiple small objects flying at slow speed through the airspace.
Whatever. Small, big, bring them on.
Other aircraft are... Wait a minute. Warning! Cruise missiles incoming! All planes break!
What? Missile hit at 3 o'clock. All aircraft stay sharp. Look out! Those are the same missiles used to wipe out Grace Maria. The Nimbus is unstoppable. Icon, continue to engage.
All planes, cancel offensive and retreat. Garuda team, escort our planes out of there.
You gotta be kidding me. How are we supposed to defend that?
Their missiles are being guided by observation planes. Shoot them down and the attacks will subside. Each missile's estimated range of impact shows up on radar. The observation plane should be located right in the center of that range. Garuda team, shoot down those observation planes. You've got to hold out until all our forces have been safely evacuated. Launching missile. target.
Have those planes evacuated yet?
Not yet. Evacuation's still not complete. Garuda 1, Fox 2. Target down. Observation craft remaining.
These guys are unmanned.
Garuda 1, do you read me?
You gotta be kidding me! How are we supposed to defend that?
Their missiles are being guided by observation planes. Shoot them down and the attacks will subside. Each missile's estimated range of impact shows up on radar. The observation plane should be located right in the center of that range. Garuda team, shoot down those observation planes. You've got to hold out until all our forces have been safely evacuated. Enemy plane in gun range. Have taken damage. Those incoming missiles can be stopped if you shoot down their observation planes. Fox 2. Garuda 1 destroyed the target.
Lock on! Talisman's been shot down!
Fox 2.
How are we supposed to defend that?
Their missiles are being guided by observation planes. Shoot them down and the attacks will subside. Each missile's estimated range of impact shows up on radar. The observation plane should be located right in the center of that range. Garuda team, shoot down those observation planes. You've got to hold out until all our forces have been safely evacuated.
Attack support. Tally's alright. Defending attack.
Our evacuating forces have taken damage. Those incoming missiles can be stopped stopped if you shoot down their observation planes. Launching missile. We have radar lock on. Target down. 10 observation craft remaining.
These guys are unmanned. I've got a lock. Fox 3, Fox 3.
Fox 2.
Almost in effective range. How could that have missed?
Garuda 1, Fox 2. About half the observation planes have been destroyed. Keep your guard up.
I can feel the explosions all the way here. Ghost Eye, have those planes evacuated yet?
Not yet. Evacuation's still not complete. Target down. 5 observation craft remaining. Radar lock on. 3 observation craft remaining.
If only we could have shot up down at Grace Maria.
Launching missile. 2 observation craft remaining. Fox 2.
Almost made it. Hang in there.
Garuda 1 destroyed the target. Just 1 observation craft remaining. Lock on. All operation planes are down. Well done, Garuda team.
I guess we managed to pull it off. We've got to do something about those missiles, or there won't be a Grace Maria to get back to. You gotta be kidding me! How are we supposed to defend that?
Thanks to your great cover, our troops were able to get through the peaks of Solemna with only minimal damage suffered. But our unit is within range of enemy cruise missile attacks for this mission. We're doing all we can to gather intelligence on the invasion and are mulling strategy options. Wait for the order to come in.
so lucky to have met up with Ludmilla. We've run into so many checkpoints. I don't know what we would have done without her passport. I don't think I ever would have made it alone. But as we travel through these wide open spaces, enemy troops are few and far between. Actually, we've been on this road for quite some time now, without spotting a single Estevakian military vehicle. It looks like our luck has just run out. These men are partisans. Amerian like me. Ludmilla stares at me. I can see the fear in her eyes. I tried to explain to them that Ludmilla is no threat. She is a student from Nordenavik. But I've never been much of a liar.
She definitely speaks the language, but with a thick Estevakian accent.
Don't waste your ammo.
Just then, something roars in the sky above.
Hey, look! What's going on?
I know it's our only chance of escape.
Get in! Hurry!
Fire! Damn!
On the battlefield, you have to put luck aside and take what you get, good or bad. My fellow countrymen were killed instead of me, and that gives me an eerie sense of relief. But now I've got to accept the fact that I am the next target. It's time for me to dance with the angels.
Then I'll give you the lowdown on our mission. Small unmanned aerial vehicles, cruise missiles, and heavy command cruisers are all closely related in terms of functionality and have been uncovered as the enemy's secret weapons by our analysis results. We have collected missile and small unmanned aerial vehicle samples, as well as radar records, analyzed them, and came up with the following. First of all, the small unmanned aerial vehicles are operated from long distance and approach their intended targets to destroy them. In step 2, a special electronic signal inside of each small unmanned aerial vehicle is sent to a cruise missile for guidance. And for the final step, the cruise missile that was guided by a small unmanned aerial vehicle hits and destroys its attack target. That is how the enemy's cruise missile system operates. Small unmanned aerial vehicles and cruise missiles are both launched from the enemy's heavy command cruiser. Once launched, they are operated from the heavy command cruiser via remote control. Our Joint Chiefs of Staff have drawn up a plan to destroy the enemy's missile system based on these analysis results. In order to conquer the heavy command cruiser, a constant barrage of attacks from the air is absolutely indispensable. First, we need to get a springboard to launch our plan of attack. We're about to head south to retake Cavalia Air Force Base in San Loma. Our objective is to retake Cavalia's air facilities, then establish a front line to destroy the enemy's missile system. Once the runway is secured, we should have a decent chance at taking out the enemy's heavy command cruiser. Enemy forces will be heavily deployed from land, air, and sea. We'll be doing all we can to deal with them, but I'm sure they'll be ready for us. Success or failure of this mission will very likely have a significant effect on the war. Put everything you've got into this one.
Talisman. How about my weapon? Are we ready to...
Garuda team, time to take off.
Along with its military base, and use that as a base of operations for attacking the enemy's heavy command cruiser.
Wipe out all enemies along the northwest route on your way to San Loma. This is Hammerhead. Moving to destroy all defense facilities along the bombing route.
Destroy all enemy ships dispatched offshore of San Loma. Take out any enemy forces obstructing our landing. We can't let them take the city.
San Loma's got some pretty tough defenses. Going it alone would be much too risky.
Guess we better lay off the stunts today. Warlock Battalion is currently on its way to San Loma from the northwest. Take out any stowies in our path. Okay, Shamrock, roger that. I'm on the attack. This is Warlock. Enemy forces confirmed. We're breaking through.
All planes on the partisan sweep operation. There's been a change of plan. Aim to intercept all invasion area aircraft.
Shamrock's engaging! Warlock team, don't let your guard down. It takes more than luck to survive a battle.
In gun range. Bombs away. Enemy tank has been destroyed.
Watch out! They've got a lock on you from the ground! Fox 2. Enemy ship went under!
on radar. Be on alert for enemy cruise missiles.
What do you want us to do? Shoot down the observation planes or cover our allies?
Both. If you can shoot down the unmanned observation planes, that'll minimize the damage to our forces.
There you are, Gorilla. We can't fly as fast as you. Take out the anti-air weapons and interceptors. Should be a piece of cake for you, right?
First wave of enemy cruise missiles incoming. Point of impact is showing up on radar. Stay clear of that area.
Target destroyed! We're just getting started here! Nice work, Gorilla. Enemy radar facilities confirmed out. Here's the data. Down the end. Target confirmed as marked. Haven't been defeated yet. Shoot down this area and flies. Enemy cruise missile just hit its target. Team squad is in trouble. Evacuate all injured soldiers to safe ground. Roger that, Gorilla 1. Time to attack. Gotcha! Missile? Where the hell is it?
Anti-aircraft gun taken out. Bombs away. Enemy reinforcements are on their way. It's a heavily armed LCAC.
This one's mine.
Our fleet's taken too much damage. Don't let them take any more hits. Missile missed its target.
How could that have missed? Enemy's got a SAM locked onto you.
the San Loma takeover operation.
The Americans are all moving at once. They're coming at us.
Warlock Battalion, begin attacks on San Loma.
Okay, I'm on backup.
Marion bomber unit stored. Commence bombing of Slovakian military.
This is Equus. We are the last to take up with you. Activate our Aegis destroyers. Come down to the Marion fighters. We must find a way to defeat them.
Those stovies are occupied with the sky. Now's our chance to break through.
You're nuts. I don't care anymore.
Roger that, Garuda 1. Tell your guy Jack. Attack request and rally attack on the front line. Target's been hit. Just bang out. Want to survive, keep your eyes pointed at radar. Target confirmed. Supply mission team attack. Tally ho. Heading through. Commencing attack.
Sergeant, McKnight, you're too far out in front. Guts could get you killed.
Testing 1, 2. I'm afraid the radio's acting up here. Testing.
I have failed. I can't let this area fall into an area again. Whatever it takes.
Garuda 1 bombs away.
We're after our Air Force base. Destroy it before it falls into their hands.
Anti-aircraft gun taken out. Watch out, the enemy has a lock on you.
Enemy facility was destroyed.
Garuda 1 bombs away. Enemy destroyer sunk. Careful now, they're tracking you on radar.
Roger that, Garuda 1. Target squad active, supporting the attack. Target confirmed. Supporting Garuda team's attack.
Tally ho, no one gets away from me. Taking evasive action. No missile's gonna get me.
Missile, heads up, number 2.
Enemy destroyer sent to the bottom.
Looks like our work's nearly done here. It's out here. It's right on my tail.
Talisman, you're the key player on this mission. Don't get shot down.
Let's relax. The operation's proceeding as planned. Executing order request, Roger. Tally ho. Commencing attack. Attack support. Watch out for heavy fire. Attack. Executing.
All targets are almost destroyed. Garuda 1, take care of what's left.
Talisman, it's time to finish up.
Lock on.
Where the hell is it? Lower the defensive line. We're gonna mow them down.
In gun range. Enemy tank has been destroyed.
Enemy's got a SAM locked onto you.
Fox 2.
Launching missile. on. All targets are confirmed destroyed. We have taken over the city of San Loma.
Let's go out for a few when we get back. Drinks are on me tonight.
Talisman, we just took control of our airport from the Estavakians. The battle for Ameria has just begun.
Now that we've accomplished this mission, we have a good chance of taking out the heavy command cruiser. Excellent job.
Mission accomplished. We have managed to retake Cavalia Air Force Base and free San Loma in the process. Cavalia will be our chief base of operation for conquering the enemy's heavy command cruiser. Ultimately, the enemy's cruise missile system cannot be stopped unless their heavy command cruiser is destroyed first. Every minute counts for us here. Wait for your next order concerning this operation.
Our car has died directly under an aerial battle. The engine managed to get us this far, but it's been destroyed by machine gun fire. This pilot is from Ludmila's homeland. She asks the crashed pilot about a name, asking if he has any information, but the pilot takes a turn for the worse. Just before all this, he seemed to be mumbling a name. Garuda. He's the one that shot me down. I know exactly what she's going through, why she's overcome with such emotion. My husband could have very well ended up like this. And now I know. The one she loves is a pilot as well. As we save a man's life on this wide-open plain, we both begin to realize what we share, how much we have in common.
This is an order of deployment. We've obtained a portion of classified intelligence concerning the enemy's heavy command cruiser from the Department of National Safety. The heavy command cruiser's official name has been identified as P-1112 Igayon. The team consists of a mid-size Kotos aircraft in charge of electronic warfare and a mid-size Gaijus aircraft in charge of close-range air defense. Igayon, a command craft, takes care of all cruise missile-related duties. After acquiring this intelligence, we were able to draw up an operation to destroy the Igayon. Listen closely. Fuel is added to the Igayon through an opening located in the front. Multiple tankers must make their way to the front of the Igayon for refueling purposes. Once the tankers are positioned in front of the craft to refuel it, the Igayon's radar signals are temporarily weakened. This is where it gets important. While the Igayon is being refueled, its radar is almost completely unable to detect any type of movement in front of the craft. If you can stay on course and maintain a certain altitude, you could approach the Igayon from the air without being noticed by enemy forces. So our best chance of taking that monster out is during its mid-air fuel-up. The Igayon's flight schedule is also included in this piece of intelligence. We'll go over the flight route after our meeting in the hangar. Get prepared at once.
Talisman, which plane should I pick? How about my weaponry? Are we ready to fly with these planes?
Garuda team, time to take off.
Strigan 2 to Igayon. Patrol operation complete. Requesting permission to land.
Igayon to Strigan team. Permission granted.
Strigan 2 here. Will comply. Lead the way.
Copy that. Stay clear of our jet wash.
The heavy command cruiser's radar capabilities temporarily falter whenever it's refueling in midair. A lot of good agents lost their lives getting us this intel. Approach the enemy at current course. Initiate an attack immediately after you've made it into the combat zone.
Garuda 2, roger. Let's go.
Approaching target.
Prepare to engage enemy. Maintain altitude and airspeed.
Approaching target. Just stay on that axis.
On the move. Looks like it's for air support.
There are enemy aircraft providing ESM. You'll be in a world of hurt if you let them go.
Support.
There enemy aircraft providing ESF. You'll be in a world of hurt if you let them go.
On the move. Looks like it's for air support.
There are enemy aircraft providing ESF. You'll be in a world of hurt if you let them go.
Let's pay him back has you on radar. Missile, evade!
With concentrated fire. Royal team, you got the top.
Radar lock.
Did I hit it? Yeah. Damage on the command craft.
Garuda team, keep attacking. Missile evaded. Commencing full rocket fire.
They've only got one engine left.
All engine units destroyed.
The heavy command cruiser's taking a major blow. Garuda team, you almost got her. We've got to destroy that heavy command cruiser. Try attacking its intersection from the front.
Finish it off, Talisman. You're the man.
Commencing full rocket fire. Anti-aircraft gun taken out. Missile was evaded. Their heavy command cruiser has been destroyed. Excellent work. Now it's our turn.
Garuda team is the real deal.
Back to the sea you go. May you rest in quiet slumber.
Garuda team, engage.
Good job. The Igaion and its air unit have been destroyed. The cruise missiles aimed at Emeria have also been eliminated. This was a huge victory for us, and I'm sure it'll have a significant impact on the war. Garuda team, you have received a letter of commendation from the Joint Chiefs of Staff for your invaluable service in this mission. Tonight, you're free to do what you want.
Lieutenant Colonel.
This man was once a pupil of mine. Many years have passed since then, but Lieutenant Commander Pasternak still has that same spark of confidence in his eyes he had as a young man.
Glad to see you are looking well.
He was brought here to help us turn the war in our favor. Now that he has been promoted to captain of the Strigan team, he is sure to be a thorn in the side of the American military.
Don't leave your baggage. It may be uncomfortable, but keep it hidden behind your back.
Huh?
Trust me, it is how things are done here.
I asked him if he knew Garuda 1.
Know him? My sole reason of being sent here was to fight him.
He smiled to hide the rage within him. That should have been my passion, my fire. But things have changed. This man is about to step into the world I once knew. My days in this sky are behind me now. The bitter taste of loneliness is all I have left.
East of central Ania lies Rogno Fortress in Gragio Canyon. Our fortress there is still under Estevakian control. Substations for a giant dam and military tunnels line the area near the fortress. Those places act as an extra means of defense for an already high security area. Now that we've destroyed the enemy's heavy command cruiser, we're on our way east towards Grace Maria. But the only route for our heavy deployment of ground forces to travel on passes through Gragio Canyon, and Rogno Fortress is Estevakia's trump card for keeping us out of Grace Maria. If we can recapture that fortress, it's smooth sailing to Grace Maria from there. Eliminate the Estevakian unit there and recapture Rogno Fortress. The battle is tipping in our favor. All planes, let's get ready.
Talisman, which plane should I... How about my weaponry? Are we ready to fly with these planes?
Garuda team, time to take off.
A message to all the Estevakians out there. Don't be too disappointed once we shoot down all your toys. I'm gonna present a couple of Golden King medals to Garuda team. Made them myself.
Garuda team, you guys are practically a couple of movie stars now.
Don't listen to civilian airwaves during missions. Today's objective is to recapture Rogno Fortress.
The Warlock Battalion is on its way to Ragno Fortress. Our plan is to break through the center.
This is Windhover. We're prepared to knock out their substations and supply routes on the water to cripple their forces. This is Yellowjack. We're set to invade the fortress and initiate attacks from the inside.
If we can pull this off, Estevakia won't have any trump cards left to play. Use everything you've got.
Once we get over this canyon, Grace Maria's straight ahead. We gotta win this, Talisman.
This is Yellowjack. check. We're set to invade the fortress and initiate attacks from the inside. There are 4 tunnels leading to the inside. We plan to break into underground facilities through those tunnels. Show the enemies inside what you can do. We've got an enemy chopper here close. We're gonna get flanked.
Talisman is locked on. In gun range. Garuda 1, Fox 2. Defensive wall confirmed down. Go through that tunnel and destroy all facilities inside the fortress.
Nice shooting, Garuda. We're going in.
Missile launch. Ground target destroyed.
This is Garuda 2 to Ghost Eye. One facility down.
Roger that, Garuda 2. 3 tunnels are left with targets. We have radar lock on.